Big Ten Outdoor Championships last spring. Jeff Sieh third in the 1500. So, boy, if he's around for the kick at the end, he's a guy to watch from Ohio State.
Yeah, there are some great milers in this competition. Jeff Sieh, part of the sub 4 minute mile club, as well as Craig Miller from Wisconsin and Jack Bolus, also of Wisconsin.
And Miller, the Big Ten champion outdoor in the 1500 meters. So the Badgers very deep. It'll be interesting to see what their tactic is today to try to keep pace with Hassan Meade, the Golden Gopher, setting the pace early at the Big Ten Championships. Welcome back to University Park on the blue and white golf course. In the men's race, approaching the 1 mile mark as we rejoin the action. And everybody chasing Minnesota's Hassan Meade, the defending champion. A couple of Iowa runners sticking their nose in. Kyle Dawson of Penn State also right there. Well, they're chasing Meade for the individual title, but these teams all chasing the Wisconsin Badgers. Unparalleled success. 42 men's conference team titles, 26 individual titles. They have won 13 of the last 15 and 10 straight. They go after number 11 here today.
Yeah, Wisconsin's so tough every single year. You know, they've done it from the days of Martin Smith in the 80s with Tim Hacker, the NCAA champion back then, all the way up to Simon Bayru and Chris Zielinski, more recent NCAA championships under the leadership of Jerry Schumacher. And now he's turned over the reins to Mick Byrne, who's in his second year after coming over from Iona College.
Luke, we talked about Jeff Sieh of Ohio State. He's up there in fifth in the red and white top. And overall, the Buckeyes have gone out aggressively as we check back in with course reporter Rebecca Donahue.
We approach the mile, a fast mile at 4:34. And you can see that the pack is thinning out. It's not as tightly knit as earlier in the race. You can see that the pace has slowed slightly as they're halfway up this first climb.
Rebecca, thanks. And Luke, Hassan Meade has decided to tuck in behind a couple of runners here.
Yeah, we've seen him use that strategy in track, and he used it with great success. You know, he's won all those Big Ten titles last year in track. So in those races, he was a kicker. But this year, he's been a little bit more of a leader. At the GRIAC Invitational, he went out fast. He grabbed a 10-second gap at the mile and just held it the whole way. So let's see what he does today.
Just as we say that, he pops back out to the front. If you're in the front of this pack, would you rather be the guy setting it and not worrying about what anybody else does, or would you rather let some other guys do the work?
I can tell you it's a lot easier to follow. When you're following, you have the psychological advantage. You are the hunter. If you're in the lead, you're the hunted. And Hassan Meade has a big, big target on his back. I mean, everyone wants to beat this guy. They just have to figure out a way to do it.
Landon Peacock of Wisconsin making his presence felt. He's in second place right now. We talked about him earlier. Meade, the defending champ, but Peacock, the runner-up, and he would love to knock Meade off his pedestal here in 2009.
Meade is really the guy to watch. He's going to apply the pressure and see what these guys have early on. You know, they don't just have to sort out how they're feeling. They have to sort out how the competitors are feeling. And that may be what Meade's doing right now. He's just trying to see, how does Peacock feel? What's his breathing like? Can Jeff Sieh hang with me as I apply the pressure here? Slowly, he just kind of inches away. He'll look to see what those other runners can do.
Pretty fast pace early in this race. We know the hills are coming late, so you really have to be a little bit concerned about conserving here.
Oh yeah, you definitely have to conserve. You know, out here it's a lonely part of the course, and they're just going to try and find the rhythm that they can stay with through the rest of the race.
This is a great crowd out here today, but as you alluded to, we're on the part of the course where there's not going to be much fan support. You got to really grind here and be mentally tough.
Especially for the leader. I mean, Hassan Meade has to set the pace here. He's got no crowd support. He's just out there running. And he does this in practice every day, yeah. But it doesn't make it any easier once you're at the Big Ten Championship.
What about that psychological aspect of having people to help you along?
Teammates are huge, and that's why you'll see back there in the pack, you'll see groups of runners wearing the same jersey running together.
Right now, the top two have broken away. It's Meade and Peacock. Big question here, can Peacock match Meade? Because this is a long race, and if you go out too hard trying to get the overall championship, you can fall in a big hurry in this sport.
Yeah, and this is a big risk for Peacock, but it's a risk he has to take. He's a second returner, and he doesn't want to finish second again this year. He wants to go for the title, so he's going to take it out. And for all the success that Peacock had last year, this year he's been a little inconsistent. In fact, we don't even know if he's the top runner on his own team.
At the NCAA championships a year ago, Peacock actually beat Meade. He finished 24th, and Meade finished 31st. So Peacock really taking one for the team here in this race.
Yeah, he's not being intimidated. He's going with the defending champion, and he's going to give it his all to try to stay with him. It's a risky strategy, but one he hopes will pay off.
Peacock taking one for the Wisconsin Badger team in this race. Take a look at both of these guys, Luke. Let's break down the forms.
Yeah, it's deceptive. I mean, Hassan Meade is so smooth. He's just gliding across the grass right now. Look at him. No wasted energy in that stride. His stride looks the same no matter what kind of effort he's running. Peacock looks a little bit more labored. He's got a little higher back kick, and that's okay. He's also very efficient.
Hassan Meade is the defending champ, a double winner at the Big Ten Outdoor Track and Field Championships last year in the 5,000 and the 10,000. No stranger to running up front. And the Wisconsin Badger team, they are no strangers. They've been doing this for a long time. 10 straight team titles in the Big Ten Conference, and they just have a way of doing it year in and year out. And today a little bit conservative at the start, but you saw in that shot a moment ago, they've got some guys coming up perhaps to help out Peacock.
Yeah, actually some younger runners moving through the pack there. And there you see one of their more experienced veterans, Craig Miller, in the white top without the headband. He's running in his home state of Pennsylvania, so you can bet he's extra motivated. As a senior, he's a member of the sub 4-minute mile club, sub 8-minute 3,000, and sub 14-minute 5,000. Those are impressive marks on the track.
So it's Meade and Peacock still out front, but as we near the 3-mile mark, those team points become oh so important. You see a pack of Indiana, a pack of Ohio State right there. And if by this point in the race you haven't found a familiar face, get with him and try to move up the pack.
Yeah, it really helps to find your teammates. And also for your team to know this course. I know the Michigan Wolverines actually came out here for a course preview at the Spike Shoe Invitational.
Meade and Peacock cross the 3-mile mark. There's the chase pack, a handful of Wisconsin runners. Ryan Gasper, another Badger with a red headband and the long hair. And Gasper, a guy that was very good at the Outdoor Conference Championships in the spring, won the steeplechase and then came back in the 5,000 and finished in 5th. Back out to the front for Rebecca.
Hassan Meade has just made a surge. He has made a move. He has pulled away. He's just made quite a statement. He said, "This is my race. I'm taking this one." Boy, does he look great. Perfect form. So smooth.
That was a statement, Rebecca. How about it, Luke, the point in which he decided to make that move?
Oh, what a move. You can see the change in turnover. He's really pulling away. You know, when you're following someone, it's almost like there's a rubber band attached to you. The following runner uses that, and it pulls him along, but then that band stretches out, and all of a sudden it snaps.
He took it up the hill, and then he really crested the top of that hill, and they always teach young runners to do that.
Yeah, working through the entire hill, and that's how he pulls away.
So Hassan Meade has broken away from Landon Peacock. He is the defending champion here at the Big Ten Championships in cross country, and he looks very comfortable out there by himself.
So comfortable, so smooth. He knows he's broken away, but he keeps checking back just to see how he's doing.
So Meade has made his move. Can anyone make one move to catch him? And which team is in the best position for the most challenging part of the course and the exciting finish when we come back to Penn State? Back in University Park, the 2009 Cross Country Championships nearing the 4-mile mark in the men's race, the toughest part of this course. Hassan Meade still out front. There's the second pack. Guys struggling. You see tough looks on these faces. You got to be gutsy at this point.
Yeah, the faces really reflect the damage that Hassan Meade has done to this field. He's put them in a lot of pain.
Let's check back in with Rebecca Donahue. She's with the leader out front at the start of the climb.
We have our first climb, and it will be the steepest climb of the whole entire course.